What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Bossdog Show. We're here at the Days of the Dead. Before we even get rolling, make sure you click like, subscribe, share the love, guys. Oh, we got an awesome interview today. We are sitting here with the director and crew of House of Haunted Pancakes. What's up, everybody?
Hello there.
Hey, what's going on?
All right. You know what? Let's just go through the list and just kind of who you are and what part of the film you were a part of.
All right. Well, I'm Paul Newton. I co-wrote and produced Haunted House of Pancakes.
Awesome.
I am Nathan Dalton. I am the co-writer, producer, director, editor, colorist, VFX supervisor, some other stuff.
Yeah, right.
Hand model.
Hand model. I modeled this man's hand right here.
That's true. You want to go, Joe?
I'm Juan Gonzalez. I go by Joe Gonzalez. I am an actor in the film. I am actually one of the food victims and then become a food demon.
Dirty freaking Joe. Are we not using that?
Oh, hey!
Come on.
It'll be a different interview. Okay, yeah. Dirty freaking Joe.
Hi, I'm Patrick Johnston, and I play Carlos in the film. So, yeah, I'm an actor based out of Dayton, Ohio, and excited to be a part of this project.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Angie Carter Scharold, I also produced and first AD.
And you were in it?
Oh, I was. I background all over the place.
I think we were all in it. Paul played multiple characters. Whenever someone would like bow out or not be a part of it, it'd be like, Paul, you're the burn victim now.
Yeah. 20 minutes to get into makeup, about 3 hours to get out.
Yeah.
We forgot Toasty.
That's a fun one.
Oh yeah.
We got Toasty.
I was just about to say we
Got
also
in
produced
Johnston.
Kevin.
Got introduced Toasty.
And we got Kevin down here, who some people call Crack
Raccoon.
Raccoon. But no, he's just Kevin.
So let's start with the whole idea. Where did the idea come? House of Haunted Pancakes.
Haunted House of Pancakes,
Haunted House of
which is,
Pancakes.
by the way, a really hard thing to say.
It is.
And it was pretty deep into it before we heard everyone say it wrong. So it's too late to change it now. But
Just
yeah,
call it H-hop.
H-hop. We get it.
H-hop.
I don't know how it'll translate. It'll be, I don't know what like Attack of the Killer Waffles is in Spanish, but that's probably what we're gonna be. So I had seen a video of Paul's, a short that Paul had done.
Yeah.
Lego My Soul.
Lego My Soul,
Okay.
about a demonic waffle maker. It's kind of like Chucky, where the soul. I mean, I should probably let you pitch your own project. Go.
It's all right. You do it well.
But yeah, it's the serial killer's soul ends up in a waffle iron, torments a family. It's a fun one.
Definitely creative. I love that.
So,
And
I was putting it out into festivals and stuff. That's where Nate got Nate's radar. And
This was back when I used Twitter too much, and I had seen this, and I wanted to watch it. Like, I just saw the blurb for it, and I'm like, I need to see this movie. So anyone who is ever at the festivals with me knows that I'm annoying with just going up and saying, can I have the link for that? Like, when does your movie play? It's like yesterday. It's like, can I just have a link to it? Can I just see it? And so I was doing that with him on Twitter. Like, I know you're at festivals, but can I just see it? Can you just send me a link to it? And he didn't know who I was. So he was like, no. Flat out, no.
How long did you have to beg him to get it?
no,
For a while, I said like, well, because I was a part of a movie, I wrote a movie called Attack of the Killer Donuts, which is similarly stupid, and this sounds right up my alley. I'd be very interested in viewing this. And after Paul took a day or two to like consider, he was like,
it didn't take.
okay. And he slipped it to me. And then inevitably, whenever I see a short that I like, my question is always, have you considered this as a feature? Like, could we do have you thought about a feature? And he said, no, that's stupid. I don't want to do food stuff. That's a dumb idea. And I'm like, okay, good. And then about a week later, I came back to him and said, what about this idea? Like, what about this? What if we did this? And he reluctantly, I'm telling you, the first few conversations I had with Paul, it was like a man on his guard. Like, I don't know about any of this.
Yeah. No, I'm a soft-spoken guy. I'm chill. This is me excited. So.
It is. He's very excited right now.
So can tell.
So we got the idea out here. You guys are working together. What's the next steps? Let's look like when you start deciding to fully team up and get pushing.
Well, so I had a film at Days that actually won Best Picture at Days 2 years ago.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
she's on
Good
the
lord.
Yeah.
It has been 2 years.
2 years ago. And so when we were here, I had met someone, Vincent DeSanti, who did Never Hike Alone and Never Hike Alone 2, and he had self-financed and raised an ungodly amount of money. I'm like, wow, cool. You can raise that much money? And the truth is, you can't. We didn't get anywhere near what he raised.
Well, Vince can.
Yeah,
You guys
Vince
have
can.
some really good online, like, hey, if you want to be part of the team that gets killed and actors and
Dirty freaking Joe, man, right here. It's like,
freaking Joe.
way to go, Dirty Joe.
well, honestly, it's like it's a good filtering system because you get introduced to people like Patrick is different because Patrick is a regional player who I had seen before, and so I liked him from Winter Film, where I see Mr. Robyn here all the time.
Winter film all the time.
So I knew I had seen his work. He didn't know who I was, but I had seen his work.
I saw his work.
I targeted him. Like I knew I wanted him. And so we go for people like this. And then with like the Joes, they're just people who are excited about the work. And there are so few people that are excited about this, like a non Friday the 13th, non-Halloween rip, and it's just like a weird idea. And then the enthusiasm and excitement, it's like, come aboard, like help us
This is
do
gonna make
this.
the team more fun.
It makes the team fun, but it's also like these guys have skin in the game. Like they are, because we all weirdly have skin in the game because there's not, look, editing, doing all this has been the thousands of hours that have been spent. No money will ever compensate for this. You kind of need people like that who are going to say, hey, I'll show up. You don't have to house me. I will help out and be a part of this because it sounds cool. It's like, I love you. Dude, I love you. Come help us out. And then he's like gracious enough to have us throw nachos at his face and get him bloody.
You did.
Took it for the scene.
He did slow-mo nachos to the face, and it looks like it hurts.
Yes.
Deliciously it did.
Yeah.
So I hear there was a very interesting car scene
No.
that we got to talk about.
Yeah, let's discuss that.
Well, my lawyer has told me that I am not supposed to comment on what happened to the car.
Really? Because my lawyer has said we need to discuss it all the time.
All the time.
So
Robyn was there for this as well. Robyn saw me shop vacuing out a police car with that had jelly in it while he's there to do an interview, and the director is with a shop vac trying to clean a car.
Needless to say, I don't think
Someone-
we're ever going to be exploding a pie in
Yeah.
a borrowed car.
someone
No.
had borrowed a car from their
I
boss
saw it
for the
happen.
scene.
I was right there and saw that happen, and afterwards it looked like a police crime scene.
Yeah. The worst part about
Especially
it,
Aaron.
the worst part about it, that effect is not very good. Like,
Great, great.
so it's fine.
But the experience was so genuine.
Oh yeah.
We're still talking about it.
Yes.
Burn the car was my recommendation after.
So how the film? I think we were discussing January. Is that what I'm hearing? That for a release date? Are we?
Hey,
Do we
I
have a date yet?
have no idea. I'm going to be perfectly honest. I have
thought
no
somebody-
idea.
I thought I heard somebody say that area.
But we will definitely, this will be done before the end of the year. That much is sure. That much I'm sure of. Right now, it's at that phase where like I'm looking for a sound, like a good sound person, because what we see is punching so far above its weight. Like it looks incredible. The acting is so good. It's just such a good movie. It is like lightning struck. We captured it. It's amazing. But now when you listen to it, it's like, yeah, but the sound is garbage. Sounds like a movie we made.
There's no thump to it.
Yeah, there's nothing.
It doesn't hit you in the gut like it needs to.
And so it's one. Yeah, so it's one of those things where you go like, oh, we should put a little more work into this. Like we should actually do this for real. Yeah. Like no one was really taking this that seriously until you look at it and you go, oh wait, we might be onto something here. So yeah, that's our current problem is that I don't do sound. I don't think anyone else here. Well, Joe does sound. What are you talking
I got
about?
an engineer to do my sound.
Yeah.
They have an audio panel here tomorrow.
All right.
We
Well,
should
I
have
know.
been.
There you go.
So yeah, so the things that we can't do, those are the hang-ups, but like everything else, it is colored, it is edited, it looks good, most of the special effects are in there, and it's like, we got a good movie. We have got a good movie here that was shot in northern Kentucky.
Cold.
In February.
Yes.
Yeah, it snowed.
It
snowed.
LA.
We had the people from California out there like skipping
the LA
and dancing because there were a couple
They were out.
snowflakes out there. No, it
No,
made for great video.
Yeah.
And then we can tell who's from California.
Yeah. When I looked around, I'm like, everybody out here is just the California folks.
I was excited.
So what was and we can kind of hop around. What was the most favorite thing about this film? What was the most favorite? I know we can't really.
I know it. I
put
mean, like,
everything out there, but
Everyone knows what I'm going to say, right?
Kevin!
No.
No.
no, she's been petting him the whole
I
time.
wish we had them
I
here.
do. I love Kevin.
We had a stack of pancakes and waffles, and there's a climactic scene where everything attacks. And it was Paul and myself and a few other people that would stand off in the corners. We'd each have a stack, and when action was called, we would just be tossing these things at people, just hitting them.
I had never
Yes.
seen Nate so giddy
And
before.
from this far away.
How giddy was he?
Oh my God.
And I was one of the
were they all
victims that ended
real
up getting smacked
pancakes?
around by all those
Did you have
flying
real
saucers.
pancakes?
They weren't. They were like foam latex. They were foam latex pancakes. So they probably hurt more than getting hit by a real pancake. But no, it was just a fun, and that was one of our backer days. So we had a bunch of backers there, and I hate it in these like Indiegogo movies where you see the backers and they come on for like their line with someone, and it's so stilted. It's like the mall. I love the Mahal movies. I watch them all, but like you can tell when it's like these people have paid to have a scene with someone, and it's like a ticket
robot.
counter, and they're walking up like, yeah, one for this, and there's an exchange, one for, and you just. All right, whatever. Ours, a bunch of people in a diner getting attacked, getting pelted with waffles and pancakes. Most fun, and I hope that they had fun.
Oh, I did.
Oh, we
Hey,
know
everybody's
Joe
been
did.
talking.
Yeah, it was great.
Everybody's been
And we made it to the
talking
teaser trailer.
Yeah.
Yes.
In the teaser
The
trailer.
backers are in the teaser trailer. So
Nice.
Because it was the most fun of the entire movie anyway. Like it shows, like everyone is having a good time getting destroyed, including Angie.
Yeah, I'm in there. I get eaten by a waffle.
Somehow,
With being pelted with waffles from Patrick down here.
somehow Patrick, who is in like 60-70% of the film, has like maybe one shot in the trailer. I don't know how that happened. I didn't cut the trailers. It was when I first watched it. I'm like, yeah, there's Patrick in the corner.
That's all we want to see of this guy. So that's enough.
But you know what? That's a good shot of Patrick, so it works.
That was a good one.
And that was a shot that almost didn't happen either. That was a
Yeah.
day that just happened to show up on set, and I asked.
There were a lot of things like that happened.
It's like, can I just stand in the window?
Like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. Let's do it.
Yeah.
So how complicated with building props that are waffles and food? How much time and effort did that go into creating?
God, I wish
I don't
Nathaniel
think
was
Nathaniel
here.
slept the whole time.
Yeah, he didn't sleep. I was over at Nathan's house because like most of these designs, like I designed Toasty in Blender. So this is a 3D model that we then 3D printed out into all its additional. So every piece in him is like 3D printed. There's hard plastic in here. The teeth are 3D printed.
Wow.
He was 3D printed, but then we did a mold of the 3D print and then foam latexed him. And so we were doing that for like a lot of things. We have a big turkey head that goes on someone. That was also 3D modeled and 3D printed to fit on a human head. It looks great. And then we got to the waffles and the pancakes and just decided, we could probably just put these in put foam latex in a waffle maker and that'll make them. And it did. So then it's really just the paint job. And that was Nate spending like about 40 hours a day somehow, inventing time within a day to do it.
Great work.
Yeah,
It's
great
even
helpers
funny
with
too.
them
Like
too,
the
but-
special effects on me, they, I came in, told them I want to be a nacho monster, so
Yeah.
I thought they were gonna have like Rubbermaid chips to glue on my face or something, but we actually used real
Real
potato
chips.
Yeah.
Why would you
And
make?
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know, but it was funny because after the scene was done, I had people ripping chips off my face. So let me get that kind of stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, that was gross.
So I thought that
So
was pretty clever.
I don't remember exactly what he did with the bacon, but he used real bacon as a base for the prop bacon.
Yeah.
And it smelled amazing. All I wanted to do was eat the bacon.
Well, also we had a real location. We had an old Gold Star that had shut down, and then we built walls inside
That's
of
the
it.
restaurant scene in the teaser.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and we built a bunch of walls in that space to make it look. We built like a little server area. You know, we built all that. My mom and I
I know.
built
I don't know who he's in.
most of
Chris.
it. And Chris, yeah, Christopher, our actor. And then we made everything look really clean. And then Nate goes around after we cleaned everything. The entire place is spotless. And then Nate's going around throwing
Chocolate,
cocoa powder all over everything to make it dirty. Are we?
No, I'm keep that thought going.
Yeah, keep on talking about it. Right? A little bit.
Cocoa powder. Yeah, so he would put cocoa powder everywhere to make it look dirty, and it smelled so good.
Oh yeah.
I can just smell it right now.
Were we not recording anything? We have to do it all over?
No, we're still recording. It's recording. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So
yeah.
now, Angie, say all the things that you're not supposed to say.
Oh, I'll say all the things.
Now you also had another actress that was in the film too, Spencer.
Yeah.
Who did she portray?
She was the college girl. Look,
The mean girls.
There's no way to say it. She was the bitch. She was a mean girl, and she did so well.
Oh, yeah.
And
Nailed it.
yeah, nailed it. And whenever I talk to Spencer, she has a little bit of disdain talking to me in general. So
Well,
She-
I don't think that's unique to her though.
no, most people actually hate me, but she was particularly good.
Now, Patrick, since you were in most of the film, what he was saying, who do you portray?
I play Carlos. I'm the line cook.
The line cook. Okay.
Not just any old line cook.
Not just
no.
any old line cook. A line cook of chaos is what I am.
So how'd you guys come up with the big diesel truck? Where'd you guys get that big diesel truck?
That's a funny story. So I actually know, I don't know if you know Dave Moak. He's an actor in the Cincinnati area.
Yeah, I know who he is.
And so he's actually a truck driver, and so we had made arrangements to use his truck for the day, and so his truck didn't have the sleeper cab, which is what we really wanted for the scene.
And we only knew a couple days prior that it did.
So we were busy trying to figure out how are we going to fake this, because we also had an RV on set. Can we use this part and this part to kind of fake it? Well, there had been a broken down semi in the parking lot from before we even.
Well, we didn't know it was broken down.
Well, we didn't know. No, it was just
there.
there. So one day, the owner of that semi had come over, and I guess was he working on the truck at that point?
He was working on it,
And-
and I ran straight over
Yeah.
to him.
So we totally lucked into a really nice semi truck with a sleeper cab. Wow. So
And then we needed additional shots for it, but he got it working just long enough to drive it away from
across the street.
So then we had to go get pickup shots with it across the street, without our lighting, without anything.
Yeah.
I believe it was me and Paul holding giant lights up
Yes.
while B Cam chased Nikki down. So it's quality work. We put a lot of effort into it.
What would be the worst part? In it, I mean, on an independent film or this film or?
Planning, just like the time, especially when you set a date and you have everyone coming, with a lot of special effects, with a lot of moving parts. you just get closer and closer, and then we don't have an answer for this. We don't have an answer for this. We don't have this location locked in. We don't have, and you're just scrambling to get the next thing, to lock the next thing down, and then something gives way. We had, I think the worst that we had it was that we had a big creature, our final creature form, that was supposed to be there for one of the backer days. And this creature was supposed to perform for us. It had a big part in it, and we needed it for this day because an actor was leaving the next day. Just a bunch of things needed to happen. That creature was not ready for that day. And so it was on a Saturday, so we had I think we had a day off after before we came back on Monday, and it was like almost a defeat. Like we almost got through this entire picture without having a real defeat, without everything just worked out for us until it suddenly didn't. And then we didn't have this creature. We had to put someone in a green suit to just stand in for it. But you're looking at it and you're like, no. And I already know how many effects I have. I'm not doing a full digi-double of a character. Like, that is not happening. And then we come on Monday, and the most glorious, awesome-looking creature is there and ready to go. And we just basically refilm all the things that we missed on Sunday or on Saturday. And we get it to a point where it's great. We don't have as much screen time with it as we had anticipated because we had to rush, but we somehow messed up as big as we could and then reclaimed it 2 days later. It all came together.
I think that was all the Red Bull that Nathaniel was mainlining on that day off.
Yeah. We might have murdered a person on this. I do think years of Nate's life have been taken away from him because of this.
But he's given so much to the world.
Yes.
As a result.
He'll be remembered.
We'll remember him fondly.
Yeah.
Another thing, part of the film too, you guys also had another director who was part of it too, was John Eisenberg.
Yeah, John's awesome. John is a madman similar to how Nate was. And that was a good thing and a bad thing. Because John, you as a lover of Final Summer, John is a very
one.
Every time I'd walk around,
true.
Robyn never would pay attention to me, and he'd be wearing his Final Summer shirt, and then he'd just go and chat with John, and be like, "I love your movie, I love your." Robyn, you want to talk to me? You want to have an interview? We won Best Picture, up against John, and Robyn's like, "No, I'm not. I'm Final Summer all the way."
It's a great conversation session.
But yeah, John was a guy that was just he was doing too many jobs and was an absolute madman doing all of those jobs. And when we were definitely, let's say, concerned for his well-being because he's there, he's sweaty, he's free-handing a camera, talking to someone on a little thing, saying, zoom in, pop in, do this, now I'm over here. We just watch him and he's sweaty and, I have to put this camera down, take a few seconds, okay, I'm back again. It's like, John, take a break. But when you see what he did, the results of his absolute madness is fantastic.
Got a method.
There was a point.
He and his crew were incredible.
Cal
could do anything.
Cal is here somewhere. We should
He
pull
is
him
here
in.
somewhere.
He is.
I was just thinking that same thing.
Darn
But
it,
with
we
John,
have Cal.
Well, because Cal is unbelievable because John is doing all of if I could show you the ridiculous camera moves
I was
that
just
John
about
is doing
to say, in
all
the kitchen
over.
when he's just started crawling up the Tetris built in there to the top.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, this is not
don't
going
do
to
it.
end
You're
well.
gonna kill yourself. But he's doing all of that, and Cal is just sitting at the monitor, just on point focus. There are a couple soft bits here and there, but when you see what he had to be focusing on, it's just amazing. Cal is incredible, and he's a DP in his own right. He just DP'd a werewolf movie And I can't wait to see that. That's going to be awesome.
Oh, me too. I'm looking forward to that too. Yeah.
Yeah, I need him to send me a link.
If I get one, I'll send it.
All
to
right,
you.
there we go.
Well, and I will
Hot
say
link murder.
that's one of the things that I have been telling people for months, because going into the filming was it was super busy to begin with, but then it kind of surreal. And then you get on set and everything's just chaotic and crazy. And then afterwards, when you have a time to reflect, and I'm like, we had so much talent
Yes.
on that set, between the acting, between the camera department and lighting, and I'll even give the director a throw in on that.
No, she's
But,
not. This is my Joker for the set. She's keeping me in check.
Oh, and don't get me started with Nathaniel being on there. Stephen Hodke was our blood guy.
Yeah.
We were so fortunate to be able to bring together such an incredible team of talented people from all over. And to sit back and hindsight and think about that is just overwhelming.
Well, and a lot of the regional, because like John and his crew are all from Illinois. So like that's not too far away, but that's slightly outside of the bubble. They all came down. They were all incredible. We had our few LA people that came in. Nikki, who's who I've co-produced with. We've co-written with before, like Nikki's family. So like Nikki came in, and then Aaron from Cannibal Comedian, incredible. Like he flew in. So like, you know, like those people are cool, but what I loved were the regional people, where it's like, we don't need to go too far outside of this bubble to have an awesome movie. You know, Robyn and I were just at Winter Film not that long ago, where this man right here was nominated for an award that I think he should have won.
I thought so too. I was mad. I was going to go up to those guys and still award for it and give it to you.
Yeah, no, he absolutely. But like, there's
This
so
guy's
much
so
talent.
hardworking. He was in 3 projects that night.
I'll tell you this much, like, this guy is a really freaking cool guy. Like, what I appreciated about him a lot, just aside from his, being a great actor, his personality off set, like off camera, he's always dancing, he's just bringing a good vibe. But also,
So many TikToks originated with this man dancing in the
Lots of
corner.
dancing and off-key singing.
even just that, though, it's like when it was time for the backers to do their parts, he would actually congratulate them after their scenes, like, good job, backers, good job, backers.
Yeah.
You know, like, he does you guys, makes you feel good about yourself. There's been actors who just, belittle you and belittle those people. But this guy was motivating everybody on set. That no matter what you were doing on set, he was always acknowledging and appreciating everything.
Yeah.
So that goes a long way.
And then you get him on screen, and
Oh,
the
God.
intensity that he brought to that
Oh
role.
my God.
Well, first of all, he wore contacts like every other scene, so he couldn't see anything. And then we have him, of course, like screaming throughout the entire. So he would do this furious like performance, and then I'd see him walk over into the other room and take his cough drop off of the little thing, put the cough drop in.
And then he walks over and he's doing his
And it's like, oh, is it
little,
my time to do it again?
cabbage
Okay,
patch.
put it back in, and then scream. And it's just like, you're incredible.
You do
Like,
what you got to do. No, it was a great opportunity. I've said this in other interviews about when they'll ask, like, what's your favorite role so far, or favorite movie you've been a part of? And Haunted House of Pancakes will always be top of mind.
Yes.
There was, to echo and piggyback off what Angie says and everybody else here, we had such a phenomenal cast, an incredible crew of people, and, when things happen on set, the little hiccups, you kind of see where your team is to help creatively troubleshoot to get you to the end goal. Yeah. And that's exactly what happened. And it was just phenomenal to watch them in action. So there's no reason you cannot say enough good things about it. The crew, you watch them in action, you see them doing their hard work. So yes, there was a deep appreciation for what they're doing, because what you see in monitor is fantastic.
Yeah.
And when the actor gets a chance to take a peek at just that, it motivates you a little bit more, because you know exactly what it's going to look like, on the back end. But there's a method to their madness. They were constantly working.
Not always.
Busting butts.
Not always.
But then still, for what we don't see and what we don't know is what we're just watching and seeing in action. And what we see in action is something that's being, something is being created, and it's fantastic. On top of everything that Nathan's doing, what Angie's doing, what Nikki's doing, what Paul's doing, I mean, you can't. It just speaks volumes when you see everything. And then You know, again, there might be backers, there might be extras, or there might be the actual, you know, like principal cast. But, you know, everybody, they just brought it, and we just had so much fun. So whenever anybody brings that up, like, it was a genuinely incredible experience.
Yeah.
And I just close with saying that. There's something special about Haunted House of Pancakes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
I
And
became
when you have
family.
that kind of collaboration too, the final product shows that kind of effort and excitement.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I mean, Dirty Joe.
I just said, like, I became families with these guys. Like, it was the first time meeting them, and then that's how it felt. Like, you became family. Whether you were there for a day or two, you got that bond. Like, everybody treated everybody with respect right
Yeah.
away from the day one, you know?
The camaraderie that we all had was just infectious, you know? Like, I think we just genuinely cared about it. We got along well, and I hope that reflects in the final performance because we just had so much fun.
But also, like, Joe convinced someone to come and be a backer on it.
I
And
didn't convince nobody. They just wanted to do it because I was.
I know, but like he convinced someone that like kind of showed up that what I could tell was like a little hesitant at first, and then seeing him break down and just enjoy it and get into it, and it was like, yeah, all right, cool.
yeah.
Like this is a fun set, and we have an end goal. We are actually like going for something.
We'll keep it because I know we got another interview coming in. If there's one thing to tell an independent film person, director, team, what would be the best advice you could give them?
Here, I'll give this real fast because I'll give this to other people. Look in your own backyard. Like find the talent around you, and then any talent that's willing to come to you. That put it out there. We're making this. Anyone who jives with this, anyone who wants to be a part of it, come and we need the help. And just ask that. Don't act like you know everything. Don't act like you're like above it all. Everyone around you, they will help if they know that you're going to put that work in. They'll be there. They'll match it. So own backyard. That's we filmed like a few miles from my house, and that was the best experience ever.
I had to fly from Sacramento, but
Yeah. I said
I stayed for 3 weeks in a hotel across the street, but yeah, backyard.
Can I say, I'll add to that, networking. Look around in your backyard, I guarantee you there's groups out there that you can get with and network. Go out to film festivals that come near you, network with other filmmakers. I met Nathan at Days of the Dead. Yep.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is you brought, and then we found out how close we are. I invited him out to a networking event. He brought Nathaniel out with him, which I had already seen Nathaniel's work and didn't realize he lived in the backyard either. So I was in awe. John came from Days of the Dead as well.
That's where I met him. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just networking. It's networking, and you just go out there and you do it, and don't expect to be perfect off first thing off the bat. So don't give up. But I think that's the big one for me is the people are out there to help you. Don't try to do it by yourself. Find them.
Yeah, and Angie we were at Days, we had a feature, and Angie's like, oh, I'm doing a winter film thing. And I'm like, what the hell is a winter film? And then we collaborated on one. And so that was like a fun, most of the people at this table know what that is. And that's just that's just a Cincinnati thing. And there's so much talent there.
That's awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. Guys, make sure you reach out and check out the Haunted House of Pancakes. Did I say it right that time?
I think, yeah.
I think it came out.
Got it. It was smooth. It was very, rolled right off the tongue.
Right? Yeah.
Make sure you guys find the film, follow the team, support your independent film people, support your local everything. And guys, just like any other time, we are human beings. Be kind to one another. And again, guys, thank you so much for the interview.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
And thanks for putting your creativity out there so people like us could get to enjoy such kick-ass films. We definitely appreciate it.
Cool.
Thank you.
I mean, you
Thank
guys are the
you.
reason that we do it.
Yeah.